SONIA UCHE and TIMINI EGBUSON, as well as Prince J. I would ask you that, what if the person you thought you were fighting for wasn't really who they thought? Or should I say, what if the person you are fighting for isn't really who you think they are? Because as this lady in Half of Me was bold, she was fearless. Do you know that Queen was willing to play dangerous games for survival? Yes. Queen was working as a whore, while Pascal, her pimp, was getting all the money. And so, of course, she got tired of that kind of rough life. Meanwhile, miles and miles and kilometers away, her equally beautiful identical twin sister was living a completely different life. A life of luxury. A life shaped by what? Discipline. A life shaped by dignity. She was hoping that she was going to have a happy home one day because she was such a good girl, right? But her dream was overshadowed by a mother-in-law who didn't approve of her. It seemed that her mother-in-law's approval, it seemed almost impossible to win. On the other hand, as Queen is being a craze prostitute, on the other hand, her identical twin sister, now calm young lady, trying so hard to please her soon-to-be mother-in-law. Thank God, she is loved by a man, her man called Austin, who always stands up for her in front of his mother-in-law. But then, of course, we know that fate decided to blur the lines of both of their lives, Queen and her identical twin sister. Of course, we know that what is going to happen is going to happen because fate decided that these two identical twins, girls, they have to meet. These twin sisters have to meet. And so comes, should I say, or came the twist of fate. The twist of fate was that, of course, Nene was mistakenly kidnapped. The person who kidnapped her thought that she was Queen, the prostitute. And so while Queen was taken to who? To Nonye's fiancé. She was taken to Nonye's husband's house. Of course, you know that Queen spiced up that house with all her craze of Ashao. Of course, as drama Conde hold for her fiancé house, that was how we see the thing happening. And of course, eventually, Nonye and Queen found out that they were twins. And there's also confusion Conde happened in Half of Me. Because one moment, that kidnap, it changed everything. It sparked that chase. It sparked that dangerous mix-up, and it sparked the collision of two different worlds. Wrong person taken, Nonye. The wrong face was trusted, Queen. And these two identical sisters were thrown into a storm. None of them saw that storm coming. And as we watch Half of Me by SONIA UCHE, some of us were just finding out that this twin sister was Chinonye, and this other twin sister was Chinenye. Chinenye was the one that Austin was engaged to. Pascal, the dangerous pimp, just kidnapped the wrong one. Nyenye, Omo. See separated twins. As this Half of Me is full of life lessons to learn, sometimes we learn that the blessings we are looking for, do you know that they may locate us in a very, very, very strange way? In a very, very, mysterious way? Because look at it now. It took Chinenye to be abducted in order for her twin sister to be found. That was how they were eventually met. Look at that twist of fate. So just know that, my Flicks to Click fans, that blessing that you are looking for, see, whatever it is you're looking for, don't ever lose hope. It may take a long time, but one day you'll find it. Sometimes in a very shocking way, like the way Chinonye and Chinenye came to meet. Look at that shocking way that Chinenye found her twin sister in that unexpected manner. And so never lose hope in the faith of God. But, my Flicks to Click fans, even as twins can't they resemble when they're identical, of course, there'll be some differences. There will be differences in their characters and in their appearances, of course. But as we are watching Half of Me, and we're watching all the conversations unfold, please ask yourself, is 6 months not enough to get married to somebody? Because, on the contrary, Mama, I believe that 6 months is more than enough for a man to know whether or not he is going to settle down. At least your son isn't dating somebody's daughter for 8 years with no proposal. Na hand with that. Na knife with this. So. Sharp. Anyway, Sha, as this boy Mama Austin can't see wetin big passer, as Queen can't they deal her shaggy. Austin, now for you. You are getting married and your mother does not know. But why are some mothers so overprotective about their sons? And the funniest thing is that now these mothers can't they form holy, pass everybody. Yes, now. So your girlfriend is moving into a house that you share with your mother. And that said mother does not know that you even have a girlfriend. Hey. Hear her now. No wonder you've been hiding her. You should have kept her hidden. My Flicks to Click fans. See as mother-in-law. Hey, can't they behave? It's so sad seeing somebody using God's word to justify their wicked ways. So, you mean that as you're reading Bible, you skip the verse that said that love your neighbor as you love yourself. Look at how you are behaving so mean to your son's fiancé. So just because someone says they believe in God, that itself should change one's character now. My Flicks to Click fans, please watch people's actions. It will truly tell you whom or what they believe in. Austin, so you know that your mother didn't like her. You left your fiancé, being a girlfriend at home with her, Abby. My Flicks to Click fans. The story of Half of Me by Sonia Uche is the story of many of us. Some of us have been very soft. We have been very tolerant with our husbands for donkey years, even more than 20 years. Some of us have been very soft and tolerant with our husbands' antics for more than 20 years. And in the past few years, some of us have now stood up tall and faced our husbands squarely, not being afraid to speak out. And now is the time for those husbands to now show their mad self, because they have seen another side of us that they have never ever seen before. These husbands are now lamenting. They're now saying, why am I not the soft woman he knew anymore? My husband is now frustrated and wants me to get out. Imagine, just because I was so chicken not to stand up to him very early on when we were dating, even before we got married. Imagine. And really, these kinds of stories, they happen in real life, my Flicks to Click fans. Another story, let me tell you. My friend's mother-in-law used to hate her so much that this, my friend, felt like an outsider. There was a time she and her mother-in-law even had a fight. Sote, her mother-in-law beat her up, even beat her on her body. Even self, up till now, more than 5 years later, this my friend still has 2 scars on her hands where her mother-in-law beat her. See that kind of traumatizing condition. But thank God that this my friend is healing very well. See this kind mama. Why would you pour juice on this woman? Simple. See, if you don't want it, just say so. And why did you do that? Yeah? This is your mother's love that is controlling your emotions just because you don't want to let go of your son to another woman. Now, wow. So her rent is about to expire, Mr. Austin. And the next thing you thought of was to move her into your house, Abby. Imagine that kind of nonsense. My Flicks to Click fans. Who agrees that TIMINI, EGBUSON, na charismatic guy, can't they get plenty of talent and style? Can't they act well? But this movie, Half of Me by SONIA UCHE, it's a good awakening. It's a movie that, will show us that many of us are captives because of fear. It requires our boldness to stand up and demand our rights. Queen, I'm so proud of you, even though you played the part of an Ashao. As for that Pascal character, now better actor. He really fit the role of the pimp. TIMINI and SONIA UCHE are, of course, brilliant actors. They get star power, they get vibe, they get energy, charisma, talent, killer instinct for acting, everything. They can always draw a crowd around them. But they laugh in a very, very hilarious moment when Queen gave Austin's mom a run for her money. Now only you get mouths. You should have taken it and still stayed in the house. TIMINI na we Rishao. I still love how he was standing up for Nene. He really stood up for Nene. As for the exchange of words between Nene and her mother-in-law, it was that ending, it was so funny. Masterpiece, Sha. As we experience different emotions in this satire. We experience joy, we experience empathy, we experience anger, rage, trauma. SONIA UCHE masterfully produced this Half of Me with a great stellar cast and a stellar performance. And so, Half of Me by SONIA UCHE, well done. If you want to know all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner, I'm going to pin a free download in the comment section just below this video. Help your friends, your family, humanity by downloading this free resource to identify all the signs and symptoms of an abusive partner. And give me a like if you enjoyed this my live review of Half of Me by SONIA UCHE and TIMINI EGBUSON. And I'll see you again later. Watch the next movie. Bye.